Hi everyone. In today's clip, I will talk a little bit about Bistort and its applications. Just a reminder that anything I post here is not meant to diagnose or cure anything and is for informational use only. For any health-related matters, please consult your healthcare provider. So, Bistort is a hardy perennial herb that is valued in both ornamental gardening and traditional medicine, and it is native to Europe, northern and western Asia, including Siberia, Japan, and extending as far south as the Himalayas. But there's a closely related species, American or Western Bistort, which is native to Western North America, ranging from Alaska to Canada, through the Rocky Mountains to California, Arizona, and New Mexico. So this plant has a wide range of use, of course, also in medicine, and traditionally it was used to treat infectious diseases, to stop bleeding, and to treat snake bites. It is astringent, antimicrobial, and antidiarrheal. Because it is rich in tannins, Bistort is an effective remedy for diarrhea, especially in children. It also helps dysentery, which is a severe diarrhea with blood and mucus, which is usually accompanied by abdominal pain, fever, and dehydration. Bloody stools. It helps with cholera, which is an acute infectious disease of the small intestine caused by certain bacteria. It helps colitis, gastritis, cystitis, gingivitis, skin disorders, burns, sore nipples, bleeding gums, vaginal discharge, hemorrhoids, and anal fissures. It also helps in clearing heavy menstrual bleeding and nasal or lung hemorrhages. Bistort is actually one of the most astringent herbs there is, meaning it causes the tissue to contract or shrink. In herbal practices, they use decoctions of the rootstock to help firm up stools by toning the gastrointestinal tract. It's a wound healer, so when applied externally as poultices or powders, Bistort stops bleeding, treats sores, ulcers, hemorrhoids, anal fissures, bruises, burns, and ulcerative skin conditions. It also soothes wounded mucous membranes in the mouth and throat and ears. For oral and throat health, it's used as mouthwash or gargle for gingivitis, bleeding gums, canker sores, pharyngitis, sore throat, and stomatitis. To treat infection in the mouth and throat, it can be made by using 1 or 2 grams of the dried root to 1 cup of warm water. It should then sit and brew for about 5 hours. It is used as anti-inflammatory and antioxidant because it contains phenolic acids and flavonoids that reduce inflammation, including in gastrointestinal issues and sore throats. It also has antioxidant benefits, protecting against oxidative stress. Historically, this plant is used for things like fever, jaundice, snake bites, smallpox, measles, ulcers, and as a diuretic, antibiotic, alexitheric, meaning it counteracts poison, diaphoretic, meaning it promotes perspiration, and vermifuge, meaning it expels worms. The young green leaves, which you see in June-July timeframe, are high in vitamin C and A and can be eaten raw in salads or cooked, and they're tangy and sour, where the roots are slightly bitter in flavor. All parts of the plant are used as a medicinal herb. The starchy rootstock is historically consumed as famine food with a high starch content, and it is used to make jams and jellies, tart or sweet, teas or infusions for digestive health, or even in soups, pickles, and sauces. In the garden, it is very attractive and it attracts pollinators and supports biodiversity. It provides ground cover to reduce the soil erosion, and it improves moisture retention and cycle nutrients. Of course, always consult your healthcare provider before taking this and avoid the use of it if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. The high tannin levels may and can bind to medications, hence reducing the oral drug absorption. So it is suggested that if you are taking it internally, to take it separately by about an hour or more apart. Excessive use of it, of course, may cause constipation and nausea. And there are various ways to take this plant. For example, boiling the dried root pieces, like 5 to 10 grams of it in 250 milliliter of water for 10 to 15 minutes, and drinking small amounts of it, like half a cup every 2 to 3 times a day, for diarrhea, gastritis, or as a mouth rinse for sore throat and gum issues is beneficial. Then steeping the leaves or root, 1 tablespoon in 200 milliliter of hot water for 10 minutes is used for mild digestive support, and drank twice daily for gargling. Grinding the dried root into powder also allows you to sprinkle it on wounds to stop bleeding, or mix it into ointments. I've seen suggestions actually of mixing it with petroleum jelly, but I'm not a fan of that, and always suggest healing butters like shea butter or sal butter or kapoasu butter and things like that. Mashing the fresh root or leaves and applying it directly to bruises, ulcers, or burns also helps heal the issue. Infusing sal butter, kapoasu, or shea with Bistort and applying it on hemorrhoids gets rid of the external bleeding and reduces the inflammation and pain. The same combination can be used on chapped lips, believe it or not, and it works beautifully, as well as atrophic vaginitis that happens after menopause. Hope this has been helpful. Like and follow for more. Be the light.